I want to conclude by talking about what I think is the most essential ingredient to Israel's survival, and that is Jewish loyalty. It is the answer to the sociological problems that confront Israel today, the splits between the Haredi communities or the ultra-Orthodox communities and the more secular communities, between the Sephardim and the Ashkenazis, between Israel and the diaspora. Now, what do I mean by loyalty? I do not mean, as so many anti-Semites and Israel bashers suggest, a loyalty that supersedes the obligations we owe America legally and morally and emotionally. On the contrary, it is precisely because the state of Israel and the law of return gives each of us, at least those of us in this room who are Jews, the right to be citizens of Israel, that we have to honor the choice we have made by remaining citizens of the United States. At the same time, I do not mean by loyalty a kind of loyalty limited only to, quote, our kind of Jew, religious or secular, right-wing or left-wing. It is this kind of narrow Jewish loyalty that has led to some of the worst betrayals in Jewish history, from the disloyalty of Bar Kamsa that led to the destruction of the Second Temple, to the disloyalty of a right-wing fanatic named Yigal Amir that led to the murder of Yitzhak Rabin, to the left-wing disloyalty of people like Noam Chomsky and Norman Finkelstein, who traffic on their Jewishness in order to promote arguments and agendas that give aid and comfort to Israel's worst enemies. Rather, what I mean by loyalty is the loyalty of a warm breast, a sense of decent respect and affection that I feel toward every Jew, whether he shares my notions of observance or not, whether he shares my politics or not. It is the kind of loyalty that allows me to argue till I'm blue in the face, but not get up and leave the table. It is the loyalty that requires me to listen to what others have to say. It is the loyalty the loyalty that propels me to extend a hand when I'm tempted to recoil in anger. It is the loyalty that makes me contribute to Jewish causes, providing aid and comfort to Jews in need. It is the loyalty I owe to my grandmother and my mother as they held fast to a faith through the darkness of the Holocaust in Europe, and to my cousins in Israel who send their children to war while I opine upon the tactics of the Israeli military from the safety of my office at the Wall Street Journal. It is the loyalty that reminds us that the core of Jewish faith is that I am my brother's keeper, even if I might sometimes be his critic. The loyalty that led Esau to embrace his brother Jacob, and Joseph to forgive his brothers. It is the loyalty we owe Israel. It is the loyalty Israels owe each other, and above all, it is the loyalty we owe ourselves.